திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். ஆடும்பரிவேல் அணி சேவல் என பாடும் பணியே பணியாய் அருள்வாய் தேடும் கயமா முகனை சிறுவில் சாடும் தனி யானை சகோதரன். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். பொய்கண்டார் காணா புனிதமனும் மத்துவித மெய்கண்ட நாதனருள் மேவுநாள் என்னாலும். திருச்சிற்றம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, ஏகம்பத்துரையந்தாய் போற்றி, பாகம்பண்டுருகானாய் போற்றி, பராய்த்துறை மேவிய பரணே போற்றி, சிராப்பள்ளி மேவிய சிவனே போற்றி, அண்ணாமலையமண்ணா போற்றி, கண்ணாரமுத கடலே போற்றி, காவாய் கனக திரளே போற்றி, கைலை மலையானே போற்றி போற்றி. வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். அண்ட சராசரங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அதிபதியாக விளங்கக்கூடிய முருகப்பெருமானுடைய ஒப்பற்ற பெருங்கருணையினாலே ஞானத்திருள் சார்பாக த பிலாசபி ஆஃப் சைவ சித்தாந்தம் என்கிற தலைப்பில் முதல் தலைப்பாக தி சோல் என்பது பற்றிய ஒரு ஆங்கில தொடர் நேரலையில் இன்றைய தினம் தொடர்ந்து சிந்திப்பதற்கு திருவருள் கூட்டியிருக்கிறது. We have been discussing about the Salayan characteristics of the soul from the basics of Saiva Siddhantam. What is a soul? How it behaves? What are its characteristics? Is there a soul at all? If there is a soul, how many number of them are existing? What are their qualities? How do they behave? So many questions are being asked about the souls. First, let us worry about the basic fundamental, the characteristics of a soul. It is nothing but the study of a soul is nothing but the study of ourselves. Who are we? Or rather, who am I? I feel that I am a man. I am having so much of wealth. I am having so much of association in this world. All these data are available, but do they actually characterize me? Are they my permanent identities? No, not at all. Even the body is not our permanent identity. This identity has been awarded by the Lord for a certain period. For a certain period, this identity has been awarded, and I am known as a man with a name. See, this is only a temporary identity. and you can even change the name of the identity if you want. But we are not worried about these temporary identities. As a matter of fact, who am I? The question is answered in our Saiva Siddhantam. Unless otherwise, you go into the details of the preachings of our mentors who have been sent by Lord Shiva to enlighten our wisdom in this regard. They have come here, they came here, and they offered so many books, they have written so many details, and we should have the patience, time to go through them, to understand about us. So what are the details I am just here explaining, or what are all I am here speaking or giving, all details are not my details or my personal findings. I have taken all this, I have called out all these details from the preachings of our mentors. They are known as Sandana Kuravar and their disciples. There are 14 books available in Saiva Siddhantam which are all describing, detailing about the soul, the Almighty, and the blockage or bondage, preventing the souls to reach the Almighty or to enjoy the Almighty. So the soul is nothing but ourselves. So we are called as the souls because unless otherwise we know the identity of the soul, it doesn't have a name at all. How God distinguishes between the souls, how God differentiates between the souls. It's a very big paradox. It's a very big paradox. You just think that if people are dressed in uniform, and if you are viewing them at a certain distance, you may not be able to identify between them because all of them are in the same uniform, and it will be very difficult to identify the person away from the uniform. Away from the uniform. So the identity is nothing but the real picture of the thing we want to know. The soul, as we have discussed in the last session, the soul is inherently possessing the wisdom. Why I am calling it as inherent? Because it is inseparable. You cannot think of a soul without wisdom. A soul inherently possessing the wisdom. But at the same time, there are differences between the souls, and also the soul is not able to use its wisdom fully or to the level it wants. Why? So I am asking a simple question. Why the soul is not able to use the wisdom to its liking or to its will? It is because every soul is inherently possessing the wisdom, but at the same time, the wisdom of the soul is masked or encompassed or blended with the ignorance, the impurity. So the wisdom with the impurity is not fit is not fit or is not deserving to enjoy. God is ready to offer all His bliss, but the soul should be able to receive the bliss, and it should be enjoying the bliss only if its wisdom is free from its impurity, free from its ignorance. So the whole process of birth and death, the functioning of the world, everything is due to one reason. The whole functioning of the world, the whole functioning of the souls, the whole association of the souls with the world. You have souls one side, you have world one side, the association of soul and world, that is called the functional details, the functions. All these functions, whether the world or the soul, all these functions. A single reason can be attributed to the action or the behavior or the functioning of everything. What is the single reason? What is the reason? Saiva Siddhantam confines or crystallizes with this single reason the entire universal functioning or the entire world functioning or the mankind functioning. See, if you ask anybody, why are you going, coming, why are you sleeping, why are you are living, why do you live at all, what is the purpose behind your living, why you live? You ask any person, they will give so many reasons. Some will say we are living for our children. Some will say that we are living for enjoyment. Some will say we are living because we have been given these lives. Likewise, people will give different reasons. But Saiva Siddhantam gives one reason which attributes the whole functioning of the world and the functioning of the souls, or the interaction of the soul and the world, or association of the soul and the world, whatever you call. The one reason is to remove the ignorance, the darkness from the wisdom of the souls. That is the only reason. No other reason. So this reason is attributed to the whole functioning of the universe. You may call it, you may list out a number of reasons for your living, but those are all secondary or the other reasons which may confine to the particular birth. If you just leave this world from this birth, you are going to take another birth. In the interim period, where are you going to be? That is another big question. You take a birth, finish your life, go away from here and come back again to this world to continue the chain of your activities and deeds. Okay. In between two births, where are you? So all these questions, why you should come, why you should go back. You are coming, you are being here for some time, you go back, again you come back. Why should you come back? Because you have left over some things unfinished. So through the birth there is a continuity. That continuity is known only to the Almighty. Almighty knows the continuity of each soul. So please understand, there is a continuity for each soul. The continuity is having a record, continuous record. Each soul has a continuous record. That record is with the Almighty. No other soul or no other person is aware of your record. No other person is aware of your record. It is a personal record. It's a personal continuous record. It is called the continuity. That is why Upper Brahman says, Tunjirul Kali Mali Todarchiyai Marandirade. Why it is called Todarchi? Todarchiyai Marandirade. Sometimes we can give the meaning that Todarchi means it denotes the Almighty Lord Shiva. But if you look from different angle, that Todarchi means the continuity of the soul. Your continuity. Todarchiyai Marandirade. So you just think that this life is a link in your continuous path, your continuous travel. It is one stage. You have been living here with so many commitments, but the soul is taking this as a link of the total chain of continuity. Each soul has a continuous record, is a continuity that is called Todarchi. Todarchiyai Marandirade Anjeduthu Odinalum Aranadikku Anbadagum. Anjanai Parsoraki Vadakila Aman Tanda Nanju Amudu Akuvithar Nanivalli Adigalare. In that song, he denotes Todarchi. That Todarchi means the continuity of the soul. Each soul has continuity. So, as I have explained, that the purpose of this birth or the purpose of soul taking a body, the purpose of soul living here, the purpose of soul taking a body associating with the world, the purpose of the life here is to remove the impurity, the darkness, the ignorance. How can we call the Anavam? In Tamil, it is called as Anavam. The enormous, powerful or inert entity. Anavam can be explained as an inert power, a power without wisdom. But it has enormous power, enormous power. It is called Pasam. Pati, Pasu, Pasam and a Paharamundil. Pati in a pole, Pasu, Pasam, Anadi. It doesn't have a start and end. It is Anadi. Anavam is everywhere. Anavam is everywhere. Darkness is everywhere. Darkness is everywhere. You don't invite the darkness. It is everywhere available. If you want to go away from the darkness, you light a candle. That's all. You cannot kill the darkness. That is why our ancestors used to say, Irulai Tadigundu Adithal Pomo. Can you just drive out the darkness with some people beating the darkness? No, just by beating the darkness may not go away. If you light a candle, if you light a lamp, if you switch on a lamp, then naturally the darkness will disappear. Don't think that you have destroyed the darkness. We have not destroyed the darkness. The darkness has gone to its Sukshama level. That is how the Saiva Siddhantam explains. Okay, now we can just derive a conclusion that the purpose of the whole process or the aim of the project of Lord Shiva is to free the soul, to free the wisdom of the soul, to free the inherent wisdom of the soul from the impurity of darkness or ignorance. If you just take the ignorance out of the wisdom, then the soul is having a bright wisdom. It knows what is true, what is false, what is stable, what is unstable. All these details are known to the soul once the ignorance goes out of its wisdom. But can the ignorance be driven away so easily? It was not an easy process. It was not an easy process for a single soul, means countless number of souls are there in this world, and all these souls are suffering from the same disease, same ignorance in their wisdom, and the Almighty is having so much of mercy to come forward to help all the souls to get out of the darkness, to get out of the ignorance in their wisdom. Never believe your wisdom level. Never believe. Don't think that your wisdom is complete. Don't rely on your wisdom. It is not yet out of darkness. It is not yet out of ignorance. It is not yet out of danger. If you just take a small nap, not even a sleep, a small nap, the ignorance comes and encompasses your whole total wisdom. You are not away from it. You miss so many things in the nap. You claim to be wise, but where your wisdom has taken you. So many instances I can quote here, but I think you will be able to understand by my statement that the darkness is not away from our wisdom, it is always with it, but we are lighting small candles to get the details in the darkness. That's all. Darkness is there, but the light is also there. That is the arrangement, the temporary arrangement given now. God has given some temporary arrangement, that is the body, the whole world, all these details, to drive away the ignorance from our wisdom, darkness from our wisdom. He has made some temporary arrangements. But can you claim that the darkness has been driven away from my wisdom and my wisdom is now pure? Can you just claim that? No, you cannot claim that. During night time, if you just see the total darkness spreading over the world or our part of the world, spreading over the darkness, and you can see the moon. In the moonlight, you are able to see things. You are able to see the moon and see the things. But the darkness is also always there. It is also there along with the moon. Darkness is along with the moon. The light is also there. The darkness is also there. That is the setup available now. The darkness is still there in your wisdom, but at the same time, moonlight is also there, and you are able to see things in the moonlight to a certain extent, not fully. That is the arrangement. Even with the moonlight, what you see, what you are able to realize the details, they may not be true, or they may not be fully true, or they may not be 100% true. You are able to observe things in the moonlight. The moonlight is nothing but your wisdom. The moon doesn't have, please understand, the moon doesn't have its own lighting. It only reflects. You understand? It only reflects. It only reflects. So, the sunlight is reflected by the moon. Only the sunlight will make everything clear 100%. Moonlight will not clear your wisdom 100%. But what to do? There is not available sunlight. You have to do with the moonlight, and moonlight is nothing but our tools or body that has been given by the Lord Shiva. The human brains or the human wisdom. Brain means it's an organ. I'm just quoting it because you should be able to understand it. The human wisdom was in the darkness for ages. It was in the darkness. It is not very easy to purify the wisdom out of the darkness so easily. That is why lot of time is being taken. We are taking lot of birth after birth. The process is going on. Still the process is not yet complete. Since so many people are not able to understand and they are not cooperating, God has to treat the patients who are not cooperating, but with some patients who are cooperating. But He will never leave any patient. He will never abandon any patient. So the philosophy of Saiva Siddhantam is pivoted on the fact that the ignorance in the human or the soul's wisdom, the ignorance in the soul wisdom, the ignorance is only the darkness in the soul's wisdom, or the impurity in the soul's wisdom should be removed 100%. 100% the impurity should be removed. Unless otherwise it is 100% removed, God will not rest for all souls. What are you going to pay Him? How are you going to be grateful? How are you going to say your thanks to Him? We cannot measure His mercy. We cannot measure His power. We cannot measure any of His qualities. But at least we can be grateful to Him, isn't it? How can we be grateful? How can we be grateful to Him? In what way? How to express that we are grateful to Him? Why don't you cooperate with Him? Why don't you cooperate with Him? Why don't you use the tools? Why don't you use the opportunities offered by Him? That is what our mentors are asking. Okay, now we have understood the problem of the soul, the soul's wisdom, the soul's inherently possessing wisdom. You cannot think of a soul without wisdom. You cannot think of a soul without a wisdom. Soul means wisdom, wisdom means soul. தமிழ்ல சொல்லும்போது அறிவு பொருள். So the soul possessing the wisdom should be enjoying the bliss, but it is not able to enjoy the bliss because of the ignorance or the impurity or the darkness in its wisdom. So how the process is going on? What is his project? How he helps the soul? Okay. Now, the wisdom is Actually, the wisdom originally it was plunging into the darkness, plunging into the darkness. The darkness encompasses entire wisdom, so that the wisdom is not active. That is, the soul is not active. It doesn't have any action at all. It is like a worm without eyes in the total darkness. That's how our methods are comparing the souls. How do they compare? The souls in Anavam, the darkness, ignorance. How do they compare? Like a worm without eyes in the darkness. So how to get them out of the darkness, how to get them active? So the God is now setting up an artificial setup. God is setting up an artificial setup. Like let us take a filmmaking. A film has to be shot about a city, let us say. What the directors will do, they will set up a city itself with some streets, with some buildings, with a lot of infrastructure details, everything. It will look like a city at all. It will look like a city for their filming. They will use it. It is an artificial setup. It will have a temple, it will have an hospital, it will have so many office buildings, it will have streets, it will have people going around. Likewise, and they will shoot that film in the setup. Likewise, God is also setting up a setup. His setup is this world. He is to execute his project. To execute the project, he has to set up these arrangement of this world with the infrastructure like moon, sun, all these details. Inorganic components like water, rock, sand, inorganic components. Then he is setting up an organic theory, like so much of setup he is making. And then what he does, he is giving up some tools, external tools. See, you have to inhale the air, exhale it. It is an automatic process going on as a reflex action. But if you are finding it difficult to breathe, if there is a problem in your respiration, there is an external arrangement, an artificial respirator, to make it possible, to make the respiration easy, isn't it? Likewise, God is also making an artificial setup. Inherently, the souls should be able to act. For action, it needs three things. The first one is desire to act. The second one is the planning to complete the desire. And then the third stage is the execution of the planning. First of all, you must desire, you must have the wish. Then according to the wish, to complete the wish, to fulfill the wish, you must plan. Then the third stage is executing the planning. These are all the three stages for any activity or any action. The desire is known as Ichha Sakti, Ichchai. The planning is known as Jnanam. The execution is known as Kriya. Ichai, Jnanam, Kriya. You have a desire, then you plan it, how to fulfill that desire. Then you have to execute the planning. What is the point in planning and not executing it? So the third stage is executing. That is called a Kriya. Ichai, Jnanam, Kriya. So for any activity, these three stages are necessary for the completion of the action. Inherently, the wisdom possesses these powers to wish, to plan, to execute. Since the wisdom is immersed, is encompassed, is blended with ignorance, the soul's wisdom is not able, or the soul is not able to wish or desire, is not able to plan, is not able to execute. So God is helping the soul from outside, from externally, igniting its desire, igniting its capacity to plan, igniting its capacity to execute. These are all the external help is rendering. These are all the tools we call, that is called Kalai, Vittai, Araham. What do you mean by Kalai, Vittai, Araham? Araham means desire, the basic desire. Araham means basic desire. So first of all, the soul should have, if you are in sleep, if you are in deep sleep, do you have any desire? You don't have desire at all. Because you are in darkness. You think that you are sleeping. No, not at all. Your body is taking rest. You are in darkness. You are in original state. As a matter of fact. That is called a Kavalam. Urakkam. Urakkam. What is Urakkam? What is sleep? How can you define the sleep mode? Soul going to the 5 modes, isn't it? Sleep is one of the modes. In sleep mode, what happens to the soul? Soul goes to its original, almost original state of darkness. Because its wisdom doesn't function at all. Its wisdom is not helpful to the soul. Soul is not able to use its wisdom. It is still having the wisdom. I have told you that wisdom is inherent in the soul. It is inseparable. So soul is always with wisdom. Why the wisdom is not active at that time? Why the wisdom is not active at that time? It is because the wisdom has been encompassed. The external tools to enlighten the wisdom, the external tools are not available. You understand? So that's what happening in sleep mode. And your wisdom, even though it is present, you are not able to act. You don't have desire, you don't have planning, you don't have execution. All these things are not there. Once you come to the real state, original state, it is called Nanavu. When you come to that state, then the external tools are available. Where were they during your sleep mode? They have gone to the rest mode. So the tools are available. They have been offered by the Lordship to help you to temporarily be away from the darkness, to help the soul, its desire, its planning, its execution to be active for certain period, because the tools will get tired, they will go to rest. When they go to rest, the soul goes to sleep mode. That's all. Soul is not having a sleep at all. It doesn't have any sleep. It doesn't go to sleep. It is, that is why I am terming it as sleep mode. So God, first of all, He had made a setup. He had offered tools. He had also given the tools for igniting the basic desire, planning and execution of the soul's wisdom. All this setup has been made. Now the soul has the desire, it plans, it executes. To execute, it uses the body. Once it uses the body, when it is executing, the target is available in the external structure world. That's how the process is going on. Out of this process, the soul, using its wisdom, executes so many things, or executes so many deeds, goods and bads, and they are enjoying or suffering the yields of the deeds. See, whatever you do, you have to reap the harvest. No escape. Don't think that there is no record for your deed. There is no record for your action. Don't think that nobody has seen what you have done, what you have talked, what you have thought. Even if your thinking is being recorded, even your thinking. Don't underestimate the power of Lord Shiva. When He has made all these arrangements, when He is able to maintain the continuous record of each of a particular soul, continuous record of all souls, when He is able to maintain so many records, do you think that He will not be able to record your thoughts, your actions, your sayings? So be careful when you are using the tools offered by the Lord. Be careful when you think. When you think, you must understand, whatever you think, God is aware of it. The Almighty is aware of it. So many secret things may be in your life, but for God, nothing is secret. He knows everything. So when you think, He knows. When you talk, everybody knows. When you do something, God knows. So everything is recorded. Edudum Kirkanakku in number Isane. That's how Upper Birman details it. Edudum Kirkanakku in number Isane. பொழுதுபோக்கி புறக்கணிப்பாரையும் தொழுது தூமலர் தூவி துதித்து நின்று அழுதுகாமுற்று அரற்றுகின்றாரையும் பொழுதுபோக்கி புறக்கணிப்பாரையும். He emphasizes the necessity or the importance of performing a Shiva Puja. You must do a Shiva Puja. He knows who does a Shiva Puja for what. He knows. And He knows the persons who are all avoiding Shiva Pujas, who are all wasting their lifetime, who are all wasting their time or energy in so many things. He knows. So He maintains a record. He எழுதும் கீழ்கணக்கு So he has record. That is why it is a continuous record. It is called a continuity of a soul. Guriyana Sambandar, Sri Gurugana Sambandar used to say, Summa Varumo Danu, Summa Varumo Sukhadukkam. He is asking. No, without a historical record or a predetermined planning, you will not have a birth at all. There is a predetermined planning. It is important how you behave in that particular life. That's all. So always your behavior, your likes and dislikes are under the control of you, not anybody else's control. What you do is under your control. What you like is under your control. What you talk is under your control. So you are responsible for your deeds. You cannot pin up the responsibility with somebody else. Okay, we have been discussing that there is a darkness in the inherent wisdom of the soul. God is helping to remove the ignorance from the wisdom of the soul, so that making it fit, deserving to enjoy the bliss of Him. In that process, He expects the souls to act, to execute goods and bads. Let them do whatever they want. Let them enjoy or let them suffer, and let them come to a decision. Let them come to a decision. Which is right, which is wrong. Why do we suffer? Why do we enjoy? Why the enjoyment in this world is not long lasting? Why it is short lived? Let them come to a conclusion. So they are here. They have been provided all the tools. They have been provided opportunities. They have been provided with the circumstances. All these details are available. The souls are behaving, they are executing, they are acting, and they are getting the results. They suffer, they enjoy. The things are going on in all births together. Birth after birth, this process is going on happening. The soul is not getting tired. It is still ready to take so many births. It is willing to take so many births. That is why it is willing to have so many things in this world. If the soul wishes a thing in this world, then be certain it is going to take a birth. If I like a thing in this world, then be certain I will have a birth, definitely in this world, for that liking, because that liking may not be fulfilled in this birth itself. So many likes, so many, not only likes. If you have a dislike, you will have a birth for that. So all these likes and dislikes decide your births and deaths. Okay. I like to be a pilot. I want to be a pilot. Your wish may be fulfilled in this birth itself. Or your way of life or your circumstances may not be favorable to become a pilot. Don't worry. You will come back to become a pilot. You want to be a senior actor. No, you are not offered the opportunity. Nobody gives you a chance. Don't worry. You can act in the life itself. So many actors are available in the platform. So many of them are acting. They are not real. They have a mask and they act. They perform very well. They have performed very well, better than the professional actors. If you want to be a film actor, don't worry, you will come back to become a film actor. God fulfills all desires of the souls by giving them births after births. Do you want them? Patru mattilen kandai. That's what Manivasagar says. Parudu vinnai parandayam parane patrunan mattilen kandai. Sirodu buluvai Sivapuratharase Tirupperunturai urai Sivane. Arudu nohen arkaduthu uரைக்கேன் ஆண்டனி அருளிலேயானால் வார்கடல் உலகில் வாழ்கிலேன் கண்டாய். What does that mean? வார்கடல் உலகில் வாழ்கிலேன் கண்டாய். What does that mean? வாழ்கிலேன் kandai means I don't want to live in this world. Take away me. Take me away from this world. No. If he is to execute some duties here, he is ready to execute them. He wants to complete this life in full. Don't leave any residue here. You have to come back for the residue again. So the great people will think that I should not come back, so I will not leave any arrears here. I will complete everything. I will go. Valgilen Kandai means I don't want further births. I don't want to come back. No more births I want. Please tell me if there is anything incomplete. I will complete it and come. So pray God. Oh Lord, you have given me this birth and you have favored me to think about you. You have offered me so many gifts. You have offered me so many gifts. You have also given me the better opportunities to think about you, to talk about you, to praise you. All these opportunities given. But I do not know what is the purpose of my birth, what I am to complete here. Please tell me to or make me to complete the things for which I have come. I should not come back for the residue. That is how we must pray, Lord. I don't want to come back. I will complete everything. I will complete every duty assigned by you to me. You have assigned some duties. I will complete them. Please favor me to complete them. I don't want to come back. I don't want to come back for those duties unfinished. So I will finish everything. You have given some duties. I will finish them. But kindly don't make me to come back. I will be always with you. I want to be always by the side of you. I don't want to forget you any minute, any second. இமைப்பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான். Manivasagar says, இமைப்பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில். What does it mean? Because so many hours in the sleep are wasted away from the Lordship. So when I am awake, I am thinking about you. I am thinking about your lotus feet. But when I am sleeping, when I am asleep, I don't think about you. Where am I actually? I am away from you, isn't it? That should not happen. I don't want to be like that. I want to be always with you. I want to be always with you. I want to be always at your lotus feet. Okay, you have given me the birth. I have taken it. I have realized you. You made me to think about you. I recognized you in this world. Now, I am seeking you. I am searching you. I am enjoying you. So many things are going around you. But I want this setup in this world till my death. And after I leave, I should not come back. I should be with you alone. That is how the great people are praying. So this is only an artificial setup. This world, cinema setup, it's only a highly temporary. You cannot lean on the door thinking that it will be support for you. It is a cardboard. You will just fall. Likewise, it is only an artificial setup. This world, nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. Father is temporary, mother temporary, relations temporary, body temporary, happiness temporary. Everything is temporary. Nothing lasts for even for a certain period. Then why do we like this world so much? I don't understand. That's what our great people are saying. So soul, a state, it has come to the second stage. It is called Sakalam. The first stage is Kevalam. Second stage is Sakalam. Soul has come to the Sakalam stage. We are describing the second state, Sakalam. So the philosophy of Saiva Siddhantam, the first chapter, soul. We were talking about the basic qualities of soul in the first session. In the second section, it's a second state we have been discussing for the last 1 hour, and I think that we will go to the third stage in the next session. And I thank everyone who is responsible for the execution of this live telecast. I have to thank definitely Mrs. Saravanan Kapil Qatar. They have come forward. I do not know how far the sessions are successful. I do not know. Their wish is to explain things, the basic concepts of Saiva Siddhantam in English, at least to reach to some sector, to some Tamil people who are not well conversant with the Tamil, but they should be able to understand the basic concepts of Saiva Siddhanta. That is how they are arranging this. I do not know how far successful. It has to be decided by the Lordship. I have been assigned with this work. I am just executing it. The result rests with the lotus feet of the Lord Shiva. So I have to thank the Lordship, the Lord Shiva, for his mercy to make this program feasible. And once again, I am thanking all those watching this section, and I also conveying my best wishes to them. Never forget the 5-letter mantra Namah Shivayam. It will safeguard us in any circumstances. Chant the 5-letter Namah Shivayam, 5-letter mantra. Always. Whenever you start doing something, whenever you start talking something, whenever you start doing anything, start it with Namah Shivaya. Om 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 Namah Shivaya. Tiruchittambalam. Once again, we will meet in the next session. That is on 15th of August, the third Saturday, 15th of August. At the same time, we will meet and continue our discussion about the Saiva Siddhantam, philosophy of Saiva Siddhantam. In the meantime, a live telecast on Kandar Kalivanba by Srimat Kumaragurubarar is going to be telecast for 5 days, sponsored by Bangalore Murugan Pugalpadum Sabai. The telecast will be 8/20/20 for 5 days. It's a very good opportunity. Please avail the opportunity to listen to the Kandar Kalivanba live telecast. Thank you very much. We will meet again. தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி. வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.